Hi and welcome back to my channel. On this episode we're going to do an unboxing and product review of the One Wheel Pint. So let's check it out. Oh, yeah. Okay, right, so first of all let's open up the box, see what we've got inside. So look at the specs before we open it. No remote required, obviously it's one wheel, just using your body. Simple stop to assist you on when you're getting off on and off the board. Hypercore brushless motor, so it's really nice and quiet, unlike the belt drive motors that I have on my other boards. It's a very quiet ride. The board's also got about 6 to 8 mile ride range, which we'll be checking out. Intelligent lighting LED, so you've got some LEDs on the board to give you signalling on where you're going, when you're stopping. And also the board has also got some app support as well, so you can connect on your phone when you're riding, on iOS and on Android. So let's open up the box and check it out. Life's about to get more awesome. Hope so. So first of all, we get our packaging that comes with it. Opening up, and it's the charger for the One Wheel Pint. Now, first of all, first impressions, it is really small compared to something like the Evolve GTR battery. As you can see, the scale difference is a lot smaller. However, the charging time is about 2 hours roughly. On the Evolve, it's obviously about the same, but it is a quick charger. You can get an upgrade to the One Wheel Pint, have a faster charging, but as a stock charger, I like the way it's a small charger that you can carry with you anywhere you go. Okay, so let's open up the main box and look at the One Wheel. Oh. Okay, so let's have a look at the One Wheel. As you can see, it's a second-hand one, so there's a couple of bumps and scrapes, and I've also been riding it as well. I think it's a very small, compact design. I like the way that it looks, to be honest. I like the way you've got incorporated lights at the back. And it's really good to have boards incorporating lights as part of the PEV, because I feel like sometimes when you're riding something like the Evolve or the other boards, adding additional lights, they can cut out and have no battery life. Unlike the Bamboo GTR, where it has lights built into it with the LEDs, it's good to have the boards have lights as part of the board, because obviously when you're riding the board, if you can feed off that battery that's already there, it's one less thing to think about when charging. So why did I get the One Wheel Pint? Mostly because I'm very curious to see what it's like to ride the One Wheel, thinking about the learning curve to see what it feels like, and also looking for a different kind of ride. Now a lot of, in my opinion, people are very obsessed with power, range and speed, but I think the lack of focus on carvability is another thing we need to be looking at. Now, if I'm going for a long ride, I'm not going to be taking something like the One Wheel, but as a complete unit, press one button, it turns on, and taking it to a shop, or having something I can jump into my car without worrying about charging the remote, something I can leave in there. It's a really good plus for the One Wheel, and it's really convenient to use. I seem to find myself taking the One Wheel out of my car, press one button and I'm away, not having to pair the remote, waiting for it to turn on and stuff like that. And also having two hands free is a really interesting concept as well. Holding your phone, having a coffee in another hand, obviously being safe when you're riding, but I think it's a really good thing, which is a strength from the One Wheel. Okay, so when you obviously turn it on, with the One Wheel you've got foot pads in the front and back. You've got one at the top and one at the bottom, and the same front and back. As you can see on the One Wheel here with that smart LED, if I push on this side, it shows that the pad is engaged on the left side, and if I do the same thing on the other side, it shows that as well. If I'm on both, it's now balancing there. You can feel the resistance that it's ready to go. Learning curve has been really good, to be honest. It didn't take me long to get kind of established on it. It was really good fun. Even my partner, who's new to Eastgate, had to go on it briefly, and she managed to master it within 5 minutes. I think the perception that one wheeling is really difficult, I think it's an attitude thing. The thing is, the difference with the one wheel, you have to 100% commit to the ride. So you can't really go in trying to be careful. You have to lift it up and be committed to balance the wheel straight away. I've been really enjoying this board, so what we're going to do, I'm going to take it out for a range test and see what ranges we're getting, see if we get 6 to 8 miles. So let's check it out. I'm going to do a range test on the One Wheel Pint. It's on 100% charge. We're going to go for a little ride. I'm out with an Evolve GTR in case I run out of range, but it should be alright. So range should be about 6 to 8 miles. We're going on a route from my house in Rayleigh to the next town over, which is Wickford. It's a good example of real world riding because there's some AT bits, there's some road, some pavement, and it's different terrain, so it's a good test for the one wheel. So starting off 100%, gonna go for a ride. Let's go check it out. I've crossed over because path over there is really dodgy, so I'm not doing that. Trying to get my bearings. So yeah, got to cross this road on the way to Whitford, but this side ain't too bad, but the other side was really kind of narrow. Didn't feel too safe on that side, so I've crossed over. I don't know how people go so quick on these, because it's like balancing act. It's good fun to ride, but when you're quite close to the main road, it can be quite concerning. Right, this is very narrow here. Let's see how I do. Woo. Bump. Oh, that wasn't too bad. When you find a gap in the road, it's definitely much more of a relief. You can definitely go off road on these things, but you're not going quick, I tell you that. Right, so I'm going to cross the road, so here we go. Oh, yeah, going through this pathway is quite good fun actually. Stuff like this with like the gravel is all really good for the one wheel. It seems to be handling this really well. To be fair, I could go for this one like the Evolve or something, really fun, big one. But I think with a little bit of practice, I think we're good with this. So adventure continues. Bit aware of riding this wheel is that it's really weird because it's harder on the pavement than obviously the main road, because obviously you've got these little bumps and cracks and stuff like that as you ride, but the road is super smooth. However, because of my level of ability at the moment, I'm not confident enough to ride in the road at a decent enough speed to justify being in the road too long. So I'm kind of torn between either hitting the pavement where it's like bumpy as hell, or getting the road and trying to keep my eyes everywhere, so I don't get freaked out by a car coming behind me. So interesting ride compared to the Evolve. It's very stable, and the one wheel there, hit little cracks and it'll grab you. Okay, right, so let's have a look at the statistics. Done almost 5 miles. Looking on the One Wheel app, 1 second. I'm on 27%, and I've got about 2 and a bit miles left to go. So it's looking okay. A little bit anxious, but it should be alright. I'm going at a steady pace at the moment. This is like I've literally started about 10 miles an hour on average most of it. Look at the relift and just see the true statistics. But no, it's going alright. 27% remaining. I've got about 2 miles, so that should be alright to get back, and then should be completely drained. So we'll see how far the range is on the Pint, but no, it's going really well. Oh, maximum concentration though. There's not, I tell you one thing, there's not going to be a speed test on this one, I tell you that, because I am nowhere near confident enough on it to do anything crazy yet. I seem to find a lot of this ride I'm in the pavement, because obviously I'm not going quick enough to go on the road, and I'm not confident enough to do so. However, I think the pavement's much harder because you've got those ridges and stuff, and those little holes. So that's one thing to take effect, and there's been these hills and bumps along the way. So 27% left yet on my board, going well. Hopefully I see it at the end. Let's go. Alright, so one more check-in. All's on yellow. I've got about a mile left to go, on about 12% now. So we'll see how far 12% lasts. Oh, I was waiting for me. Go through. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so 1 mile left, 12% of the board. Almost there. Okay, right, so coming back from that range test, I managed to get 7 miles range on my board. So the 6 to 8 mile range is pretty much dead on, and that was with hills, inclines, a little bit of off-road, and riding it with that kind of concern of, am I riding economically? I think it's very important when you ride on these boards that when you're reviewing the range you have, it should be how you ride normally. I'm not being careful, I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm not trying to be economical with my riding style. I'm enjoying the board. However, on the way back, I did actually have a nosedive on the board. So basically what happened was, on the LEDs and on the app, it tells you how much percentage is left, which I think is a brilliant feature, alerting you when it's 50% left, 10%, time to get off your board. Now the problem I had is I turned the board back on when it had no charge, and I was literally a corner around from my house. As a result of that, as I was riding, the one will cut out and I nosedived the floor, resulting in me falling off. Thankfully I was absolutely fine, but one thing to make note of, guys, when it says there's no more charge, there is no more charge. It's not like a skateboard where you can roll it out. You need to make sure you're respecting when it says that you need to get off, then you need to get off. So I literally went for maximum range test of 7 miles. So that's the maximum I could get out of my board. I was enjoying the board, not going super slow, but obviously I'm a new rider, so the one wheel, and that's the range that I got on the board. In my review, I think it's a really good board. I'm really happy with what I got for it. I believe they rated retail for about $1,000, and so if you're interested in that one wheel kind of fix, you could always get one, see if it's right for you, enjoy your fun with it, maybe sell it on the second-hand market, and if it's still not enough range or power, then you can look at get something like an XR, which I'm interested in trying at some point. So if any community guys are local to me, you want to let me try your XR, would love to see the difference between the one wheel Pint and the XR. But for me, I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's a great little thing, especially with like new riders. So when obviously with people join the Carve community, we go out for kind of newbie rides sometimes. It's good that I'm developing as well as new riders as well. So it gives me that kind of first ride feeling that I was looking for when I started. But in my review, I think they're really worth it for $1,000 to get yourself your first PEV, which is a bit of a tank. It can go anywhere, very robust. Definitely recommend a one wheel, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So I think I'm going to be one wheel for a little while now, and I'm really glad that I purchased it. So if you've enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Content comes out on a weekly basis. If you've enjoyed this, drop a thumbs up and comment, would you get a one wheel? Do you have a one wheel? Or have you ever been curious of getting a one wheel yourself? Thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, keep shredding.